Good morning, I'm Alexandra Guarin. Today I will present my teaching experience with CLIL approach. First, I want to talk about the school. Honorio Angel y Olarte is located in Pachavita, Boyacá. Was founded in 1973 and acquired the agricultural technical specialty in 2003. The secondary school has 100 through 23 students. Okay, considering that the students have subject related to the specialty, I chose some specific content, medicinal plants. I developed this micro lesson with students from 10th grade. This micro lesson had two objectives. The first one related to the content. Students will be able to identify local medicinal plants and their uses. And the second related to the language. Students will be able to write similarities and differences through the plants using comparative and superlatives adjectives. I include in key content medicinal plants and in key general academic language medicinal plants, six specific plants, characteristics or uses, comparatives and superlatives adjectives. Okay, for the situation and the lockdown, I did this class using Zoom app because it's impossible to do a class face-to-face. Okay, I want to start with positive aspects. The students achieved their objectives. They will be with some examples as a guide for doing the practice exercise using cultural knowledge. And the students used some specific material that I shared, and according with this they wrote some sentences using comparative and superlative adjectives, and they include the content, medicinal plants in this case. Someone had the opportunity for correct the mistakes, and in this case they achieved the goals or their objectives. Now, related to the collaborative work, was other important aspect because they integrate content, communication, cognition, and cultural knowledge in different ways. The students work in pairs and was a good idea because each one helped to the other with some concepts or some vocabulary or some activities, and was a positive aspect. In addition, involved graphic material helped to understand and increase the knowledge about the key content. For example, the video helped to socialize the plants, the uses, and the characteristics. And the flashcards helped to identify the local plants. The idea with this exercise was that the students identify the plants and do the relation between the plants, the draws or the pictures, with the English names. This activity was very useful for the other. Okay, finally, other important aspect was that students consider appropriate to include other content for learning English. In general, they had good attitude and the participation was very active in all class. Okay. Consequently, there are several opportunities of improvement. First, related to the participation, speaking only English was very difficult for my students because some of one has basic level. For this reason, I have some problems because in the visual form I didn't find a way to explain better. When my students have not enough vocabulary. On the other hand, related explanations was similarity to the other. For example, I tried to speak or explain in English, but my students didn't understand me. At the end, I had to speak in English, in Spanish, and it was very hard for them. I think that it's necessary to use better examples, but I don't know if it's necessary to use material more explicit or probably to do a previous session for socialize the vocabulary. Okay, finally, relate to the tools. My students used translator, but I don't know if it's okay or not because for the level I understand that they need help for express or for present a specific content, and I don't know if it's I don't know if it's okay that they use this or not, because I felt that they lost an important part of the lesson related to the acquisition of the vocabulary. I feel that this approach is better if you can apply face-to-face with your students. In visual form, probably you need other activities or other tools, other conditions in general. I think that is better apply again when I come back to my classes with my students. I want to apply with other content this approach because I think that it's a new concept, it's a new way for integrate vocabulary, structures, content, and it's important. It's important, and I think that I have other opportunities for apply again. Thanks for your attention. Bye.